The bad guys' Jeets breaking. In Season 1, Episode 4 kicks off with chaos brewing inside the gang's messy lair, where Wolf is hyped about their next big heist. But there's one tiny problem. Their criminal headquarters looks like a dump. Loot is piled everywhere, everyone's sleep deprived, and the vibe is pure burnout. Shark is falling asleep mid-conversation, Piranha is cranky, and Snake suggests stealing sleep itself, which is funny but very on-brand for their ridiculous logic. The gang's so disorganized they've even stolen duplicates of the same items, proving that they're less master criminals and more professional hoarders. When the idea of moving into a bigger lair comes up, it sparks even more bickering. Wolf insists they should focus on planning their next big score instead of cleaning. After some half-hearted teamwork and a lot of yawning, they decide to call it a night, drinking a tea called Sleepyfin that absolutely no one drinks. They promise to regroup tomorrow for what Wolf calls the heist to end all heists. Morning arrives, and Piranha proudly presents his big idea, whore wheel. Instead of another heist, it's time for a cleaning spree. Each member has to spin the wheel and accept whatever cleaning task fate gives them. Naturally, no one is thrilled. Wolf tries to stay positive. Shark gives a dramatic speech about destiny, and Snake looks like he's planning his escape. The wheel spins and assigns cores that are downright cruel. Wolf gets septic tank duty, Shark gets the fridge, Webbs gets the disguise closet, and Piranha ends up organizing the loot. Snake doesn't even wait for his turn to complain. Snake, ever the schemer, decides he's not doing chores without a fight. He proposes a game. Whoever steals another teammate's most prized possession wins, and the loser does all the chores. The others agree, mostly because they love chaos. The main prize: Shark's lucky hat, which instantly raises the stakes. What follows is a hilarious heist-style competition inside their own lair. Snake's first move is stealing Shark's grandmother's pendant, a legendary heirloom that Shark constantly brags about. Using clues and plenty of sneaky tricks, Snake pulls it off effortlessly. He's clearly the best thief in the group, and he knows it. His next target is Webbs, but she's not easy prey. Her tech-filled hideout is full of cameras and traps, making her the hardest mark in the game. While Snake stalks around, the rest of the team fumbles through their own chores with varying degrees of disaster. Meanwhile, Wolf is having the worst day of his life dealing with plumbing issues. The magic trash can everyone's been dumping things into. It's actually the toilet. The pipes are stuffed with wigs, jewelry, gadgets, and even stolen diamonds. Every time someone flushes, another mess explodes somewhere else. Wolf's uncle apparently taught him plumbing, but no lesson could have prepared him for this nightmare. Watching him wade through filth while his teammates argue in the background is equal parts disgusting and hilarious. Back at the lair, Snake is still one step ahead of everyone. Webbs decides to trick him by pretending her prized possession is a container of frozen snacks in the fridge. Snake takes the bait and ends up cleaning instead of stealing. Her plan works, but just barely. When he realizes he's been duped, Snake loses it and the game spirals into chaos. Everyone's hiding, chasing, and shouting over each other, turning what started as a friendly challenge into an all-out indoor heist. Shark, disguised as Ron the Plumber, adds to the madness with his overly dramatic performance. Piranha keeps distracting himself by fishing for shiny things, and Wolf's constant toilet issues only make things worse. It's pure bedlam, and everyone's too stubborn to admit they're enjoying it. The final showdown happens when Webbs, with help from the others, sets a trap for Snake. She lures him into the bathroom, of all places, where his final target is supposedly hidden. When the lights flicker, whether intentionally or just another plumbing fail is anyone's guess, the trap springs. There's a wild chase, some mistaken identities, and a clever switch involving Shark's hat. In the end, Snake falls right into their plan. The gang celebrates their victory, but the laughter quickly turns sincere. Under all the comedy, the episode sneaks in a surprisingly warm moment. Webbs reveals that her most prized possession isn't an object at all, it's the time she spends with her friends. That softens everyone, even Snake, who grudgingly admits he's glad to have them. The group actually finishes cleaning, and the lair ends up sparkling for once. Wolf is so proud he can't stop sniffing the air, claiming it's never smelled so fresh. But of course, in true bad guys fashion, the victory doesn't last. Wolf discovers that everyone's been flushing trash instead of actually cleaning it up. The septic system is ruined, the toilet's overflowing, and Snake's hat gets soaked again. He freaks out, yelling that his hat is the real victim here. The episode ends on that note of hilarious disaster, with the gang realizing that teamwork might make the dream work. But it doesn't fix the plumbing. In the end, this episode isn't really about chores or possessions. It's about the messy side of friendship, how these so-called villains can turn a cleanup into a full-blown adventure and still come out closer than before. They may be the bad guys, but deep down, they've got a good heart hidden somewhere under all that grime. If you loved this episode's blend of chaos, comedy, and heart, drop your favorite moment in the comments below. Hit that like button if Snake's antics cracked you up, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild bad guys, breakdowns, and recaps. See you next time, and maybe keep your lair and your toilet clean.